Yo, what's going on, guys? KrispyFlakes. So the Cleveland Cavaliers are currently 2-13 on the NBA season, and Markelle Fultz is currently about to hit up a shoulder specialist because he's been having issues on the Philadelphia 76ers, and it sounds like he wants a brand new start. The Cavaliers have actually just acquired about getting Markelle Fultz from the Philadelphia 76ers. For today's video, we are going to see what if that happens. So what we're going to do first, guys, is obviously put a trade together to make this work. Keep in mind, in my opinion, Markelle Fultz, despite being a first-round draft pick and only being drafted, like last year and stuff, he doesn't have high trade value. He has a bum shoulder. He hasn't really proven anything yet. The Cavaliers, they're not going to give up draft picks unless it's like heavily protected or a second rounder or something like that. But yeah, the Cleveland Cavaliers are in a rebuild mode. So when I look at their roster, Kevin Love, Tristan Thompson, Jordan Clarkson, George Hill, not to mention they have Colin Sexton already at the point guard position. If you ask me, man, Markelle Fultz is leaving a double point guard lineup because it doesn't work for him, right? So therefore, putting him in a double lineup or a double point guard lineup position again does not make much sense. But one of my Twitter followers at KrispyFlakes2K, by the way, they actually point out to me that Colin Sexton, he's not really much of a playmaker. Actually, at times they run the ball through Jordan Clarkson because Sexton doesn't really like to set up his teammates out there. He's definitely more focused on scoring. So at 6'2", putting him at the shooting guard position does kind of seem like a recipe for disaster. But I guess you want to look at some other guys that kind of fit that mold. CJ McCollum, 6'3", so he's only an inch taller than Colin Sexton. So I don't want to say that would not work for him. I just don't know if it's absolutely ideal, right? So yeah, man, I mean, I don't know. It's just, I guess maybe you take the risk if the trade's right. But also you look at the side of the 76ers, and I will say that, despite LeBron James essentially carrying the Cleveland Cavaliers to the NBA Finals, he still did give, the experience to some of these young bloods out there, like a Jordan Clarkson or a Rodney Hood. Of course, you got the veteran in Kyle Korver. So all those guys could definitely help with some scoring off the bench for the 76ers, which are definitely looking to do that right now after, of course, losing Saric and Robert Covington. They lost some depth of their team, and not to mention also, Markelle Fultz not playing right now. It's another player that's not part of the rotation, which just hurts the depth even more. So yeah, I feel like there definitely could be some mutual interest right here. So from the Cavaliers side of things, I'm thinking you definitely toss in Jordan Clarkson. He's got to be a part of it, no doubt in my mind. Just will bring some nice scoring off the bench at 15 points, 3 rebounds per game. As a six-man right now for the 76ers, although he does kind of, play a lot of minutes, about 30 a game. I'm thinking you also probably toss in Kyle Korver. He's a veteran out there. Bring him some three-point shooting. Him and JJ Redick with Ben Simmons out there could actually be pretty nice. And then, of course, Markelle Fultz is the player they would get. So his stats on the season, averaging 8 points, about 4 rebounds, 3 assists. It's not bad, man, especially the fact that he's playing out of position and potentially with a bad shoulder. The signs are there that he could still be good. His field goal percentage still horrendous at 42%, which, I guess it could be worse. Lonzo Ball shoots 39%, but still gets things done out there. So, three-point shot, though, he's definitely got to get that down, man. And I don't know if seeing the shoulder specialist will do so, but despite that, he will at least get to be the point guard of the team. He'll be the point guard of the team, right, man? So, as far as including anybody else on the squad here, I just don't really see. I guess maybe if you want to toss in J.R. Smith, who is probably going to be bought out or traded away anyway, maybe just toss him in anyway. But, of course, salary in that regard doesn't quite work out. And I don't really see anybody here that they would really toss in to make the salary work. So for that reason, I don't think J.R. Smith would be included in this trade. I feel like this gets it done, man. Jordan Clarkson, Kyle Korver, 2 veteran scorers out there for Markelle Fultz. You're done with Markelle, and of course the Cavaliers get a nice little steal right there. Trading draft picks does not make sense for them at all. So what we are going to do in this case is I do like to see these teams kind of best case scenario. So Kevin Love is going to be healthy for this. I don't know. I know he's probably still at least 4+ weeks away from recovering and getting back from his injury, but we're going to run him on the team just because I want to see best case scenario. Of course, Colin Sexton would, of course, go to the shooting guard position. I feel like George Hill could potentially be a trade piece too, man, for a backup point guard for them, but I feel like TJ McConnell does an okay job. So yeah, we are going to go with Sexton as shooting guard. Markelle Fultz, of course, is going to get the start, only being 74 overall, though. Although I am going to I'm going to boost him up at least to a 75 overall, just because, I don't know, man, I feel like he's a little better than the rating he's given in 2K, just a little bit better. I know, of course, he's not getting the respect out there, but going back to his actual position, so yeah, 3-point shot's not going to be there. I think I'm just going to raise his intangibles a little bit. We'll make him a 75 overall. That's fine, I guess. It's 1 rating point. It just looks better for what a starting point guard would be, right? Then, of course, you got Markelle Fultz making some plays for Kevin Love. Colin Sexton can solely focus on scoring. Not to mention he's shooting like 51% from three, so he brings some spacing out there. Jetty Osman, I could see this being a little bit of an awkward fit because, you know, Jetty out there actually is a pretty good playmaker. He's only averaging about 3 assists a game this season, though, but he's definitely got the potential to be a great passer, but you don't really want to run the ball through him, right? You got Thompson out there. So let's just make this clear right away. This team's not making the playoffs, man. This team is not making the playoffs at all. But it gives them something to try out. And when you are in a rebuilding stage like this, you got to experiment. If the price is right, it's like you can't be wrong about that in any way. So I like it, man. Let's go ahead and hit up the system proficiency. So we got 3.5 star balance. I guess I don't know what the best actual offense would be in this case. I feel like balance is fine. You got, 5 different players out there that all do different things. So we'll roll with the balanced. And then as far as Markelle Fultz and his actual tendencies go, let's go check these out because, this is always a good opportunity to kind of guess how often he would shoot the basketball. So right now he's at a 70 shot, 75 touch, which I feel like is fine for him. Roll versus pop. Yeah, I definitely want him rolling more than popping. That's for sure, man. ISO versus elite defender. Sure, why not, man? We got all this stuff does a whole bunch of different things out there, so we're not really going to mess with that. But I'm excited to see what he can do in the backcourt with Colin Sexton, running the ball the majority of the time. Because even if the offense does not come there, it's like he's already proven he can be a rebounder and an assist maker out there. So it's like, that's fine. Let's go ahead, go ahead and do the simulation right here, man, see what this does for us. And I guess just talk more about, some more ideal situations for Markelle Fultz. Because even if he goes sees the shoulder specialist, this dude still has a ton of issues with his, mentality out there. I know there was talks about him seeing like a sports psychologist. I believe it was Stephen A. Smith. One second, guys, I gotta do this real quick here, man. Fill out roster automatically, manually. Okay, let's go ahead and sign a quick free agent real quick here. Definitely not Manu Ginobili. I'm pretty sure he's not coming on this team. Okay, we'll give him the minimum. That's fine. Okay, going on the simulation. But yeah, when it comes to Markelle Fultz, oh my God, dude. Okay, adjust manually. Jesus, man. Okay, we got 0. Okay, can I simulate through date now? Okay, we good, man. They were talking about seeing a sports psychologist because I do think a lot of it is mentality. I will say, and like I said, man, this is coming from a 5'8" chubby dude that plays a little bit of basketball at the gym every now and then. My jump shot changes a lot, and to me, I'm never confident with my form. And for that reason, if I'm not confident with my form, I can't get going with reputation, and then of course, get a nice little pattern going. And I feel like that's what we're going with Markelle Fultz. Like his college jump shot, I've seen some highlights, man. It was pretty good. Like he was knocking down threes and stuff, and he was pulling up with confidence. It was looking great out there. But then somewhere along the line, he had the shoulder injury, and it just really killed the mindset. And now he's trying all these different free throw forms. I have a video on my second channel, guys, Extra Crispy, link in the description, of watching a video of Markelle Fultz's like different forms out there, and it's just horrendous. I saw this free throw where he did like a stutter step and stuff like that, and it was just ugly. And I saw another case where he was just doing all this crazy stuff, man, just absolutely ugly out there. So I feel like it's more mindset than anything. He's probably afraid to go too high with the shot because he doesn't want to hurt his shoulder or anything like that. Not to mention you got him playing the shooting guard position, which is not his natural position. So he definitely has some problems going on there, man. But yeah, I feel like the Cavaliers, I don't want to say it's the best situation. I will say it's probably the lowest pressure situation where maybe he can come on this team and just work on his game and not worry about making playoffs, and maybe 3-4 years down the road when the rookie contract's up or whatever, look for a better home for him, a better long-term thing. But just go to a team that's not trying to make playoffs like the 76ers and just work things out that way. I feel like that is the best case scenario for Markelle Fultz. But also, a team like the Phoenix Suns, they're not making the playoffs this season, and they actually need a point guard, and they have your traditional lineup of the point guard, and they have Markelle Fultz, shooting guard Devin Booker, small forward, TJ Warren / Josh Jackson, power forward position. I don't know who's running that right now exactly. I know they have like Ryan Anderson, or I'm sure Josh Jackson probably runs at times, or even TJ Warren in the center position, DeAndre Ayton. So you got something you can build with right there, which could work. The Orlando Magic, although the Magic look like they are actually a pretty solid basketball team, so I don't know if they'd want to take that risk of taking that step back with a project like Markelle Fultz. Maybe for them it just comes down to signing a veteran point guard to run their squad. Vucevic been looking great. So yeah, guys, very interesting situation. I feel bad for the guy. I mean, as bad as you can feel for a guy that's playing the NBA making millions of dollars, but I'm sure it was his dream to be in the NBA. Now he's got this whole situation going on. But it brings us to the end of the simulation, 33-48, which is definitely not a playoff record, but also not the worst record of all time. So you got to hang your head about that. Yeah, it's not really going to give us too much right here. I doubt Markelle Fultz got most improved player. But quick run through the All-NBA teams. Yo, freaking 2K simulation been running very slow lately, guys. Not sure why. Yeah, so let's go check out the, I want to see what their actual standings is. Because, you know, you would hope they would get, like, Zion Williamson, and then that would just be cool. But they are, yeah, they're not the last team, man. So it was an improvement for them, to say the least. Player stats on the season. We got Kevin Love right there. But we got Markelle Fultz at 13 points a game, about 3-4 rebounds. The assist was not good. I would expect him to average probably closer to 5 or 6 assists. I guess I don't know what the case is right here. I don't know if it's, you know, having the double, you know, in theory, point guard backcourt. Jetty Osman, of course, like I was saying, let's talk about his passing too. But those are okay numbers. I feel like if you end the season with Markelle Fultz at 13 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, and even shooting 42% from 3, or I'm sorry, field goal percentage, that's something to work with. So, yeah, guys, give me your thoughts on the Markelle Fultz simulation in the comment section below. Looks like, actually, we might as well check out Philadelphia's stat. It's actually, I'm going to root for them in the playoffs in this case. I want to see what they actually do with the new players. Yeah, let's see what those guys can do for them out there. You got Clarkson at 50, about 14, 15 points, a few rebounds, few assists out there. Kyle Korver, 7 points. You know, not really heavily in the rotation, but that's kind of to be expected. So, yeah, man. All right. Simulate playoffs right here. Like I was saying, let's give me your guys' thoughts on this comment section below. I want to know what you guys think would be the best course of action for Markelle Fultz for his NBA future. Do you think he's just going to be a bust and there's no saving him at this point? Do you feel like it's just all mentality and he can bounce back from that? Do you feel like it's going to take maybe 3-4 seasons and then all of a sudden Markelle Fultz is going to be, you know, popping up on ESPN, stuff like that? Philadelphia in the NBA Finals looks like it worked out nicely for them. And, of course, they're not going to beat the Warriors, though. Who's going to beat the Warriors, right? Hope you all enjoyed this video. Be sure to drop that like, subscribe if you're new to my channel, and peace out, my friends.